Welcome back to another episode of AF Farms on No Man's Land. So following up from last episode, we've just completed our wheat harvest. So it was quite a lengthy process, but we got it done. And I have done a count on the silo. So we're sitting just below 5 million in wheat, which was a pretty good effort. So just short of the 5 million, which is fine. But yeah, so the second video in the recording of the three-part series didn't work for some reason, so hence why it's just a two-part harvest. But I mean, it's essentially just me running back and forth to the silo, emptying the chaser bins as we go. So not much to see. The plan for today is we are gonna start forming the roads. So basically what we're gonna do is we're going to have our main farm road to the shop, which is just here. So this will remain the same. I'm thinking about, so I've got a bit of a rough drawing of how I'm going to carve this up. So directly straight ahead from where we're looking now will be two fields. They'll be separated. Over here we'll have two big fields running parallel to the farm road. And then moving a bit further ahead, we're going to have a road that goes like a T intersection. So from here we'll have a road that goes all the way to the left and then all the way to the right, and over the right we'll have two fields, I believe. One field up the back, and then I think one or two fields in this left hand area. So I've just done a bit of preliminary tidying up of the farmyard in preparation for this, so I've moved everything around. Got it all central. I've also gotten rid of some of the leased equipment we had, just to sort of make room for it all, and sold things that we weren't using. So I think to begin with, I'm just going to dive straight in and just start carving up just the rough paths with the dirt texture. Now, a good trick here is to line up the GPS with whichever degrees you want to go. So we've got 270 degrees, so that'll get us perfectly parallel, or perfectly at 90 degrees to the farm road. So as long as we stay on that track, perfect. So that's the first one. So what we'll do is we'll obviously straighten up some of these. Just want to make sure I'm using the biggest painting tool. So I'm not too concerned about reducing the size of these fields, because they are pretty huge. So I'm very comfortable with reducing the size. Okay, so we want to get our GPS. So if you're not sure where the GPS is, bottom left hand corner on the map, we want to get that to perfectly 90. There we go. Now we can just go directly, I guess it's east or right, depends on your orientation, and we'll just cruise this all the way out. So as long as I don't move the camera, this will be perfectly straight. Which is really good, because we don't want to have to come through and do extra ploughing and stuff later on. And I'll go all the way to the end. As far as it'll let me, because I do want to put in a shoulder. So what I mean by that is, down this way, I've got a nice turnaround area for the equipment to turn around on. So while we're here, we'll just quickly paint that in. So it doesn't matter what angle we're on here, we just want to make it. Actually, if I go in a bit further, depends on the angle of your camera as to how far in you go. So you can see there, going in a little bit further, so that's fine. As long as it's even, I don't really mind. Because all we're doing here is we're just making it nice and easy for the equipment to turn around in. So I'm going to make it even all the way along. Get it perfectly uniform. So you can see this shoulder area is a bit bigger, but we'll come back and we'll reshape this field later. But like I keep saying, if it's a little bit shorter fields overall, I don't really care because the fields are so massive anyway. It's not going to be a huge deal. Okay, cool. So there's that road. Now I just need to refer to my little drawing. So I'll put it in the thumbnail so you guys can see. Now I don't know if this is the most efficient or best layout. It's basically what I'd sort of just figured would work, given the land size that I've got and the shape of everything so far. So while I find that, it's not working for some reason. Oh, come on, dude. What the hell? I'm just trying to load it up on my phone, but it's not working. Oh, here we go. So the next road that we're going to do is going to be adjacent to the lake here. So this is going to be at 360 degrees or 0 degrees, directly north. Come on, there we go. So essentially what we'll do is we'll have a road around the farm. And then this one is going to continue up. All the way to here. And then we are going to send it across. So what I'll go down here. So I want to do the upward roads first, and then I'll carve out the rest of the fields after. And then you'll get a feel for what the sort of plan is here. So if we're gonna just go from, let's just say here. So we're gonna line up 360 degrees exactly. So there we are with 0 degrees. Now I've done this a couple of times already, so I'm happy to go full speed with this tool. Because you can see our GPS coordinates are not changing. As long as we don't change the camera angle, we'll be fine. So I'll go as far as it lets us. We don't own that land, which is okay. So what I might do quickly is... No, I'll come back and do that later. Okay, so that's that road. So the next road along is basically going to be from here at 90 degrees. So it's not going to let us paint that. So I'm just going to go and buy those plots, because it's just going to make it easier for us to do what we need to. So a bit of extra expense, but not a huge deal. And I'll probably utilise this area for another wind farm a little bit later on. Okay, so let's go back to construction. Landscape tool, painting. Let's throw in that dirt surface. Okay, so that's the one we want, so let's go back up to the top. So you can see how nice and straight that is. I wish I had known that earlier, because that would have made life so much easier. Okay, so we want to get this to 360 degrees. And we are going to go, basically, 90 degrees exactly, straight across. So that's not exactly where I want to go. It's going to be more over this way, I believe. So what will happen is we'll just have to sort of eyeball this and join it up. And what I'll do while I'm here is I'll just restore this back to grass. Actually, I wonder if I can put meadow. Yeah, so I'll put the grass down first, and then I'll put the meadow over the top. Just so it looks a bit more authentic. There we go. Okay, meadow. Sounds like we're pretty good. And I plan to do this on all those dirt areas where the trees used to be as well. Just make it a little bit make it look a little bit more sort of authentic. Alright. Okay, so next road, is going to go... So let me check the map so far. Yeah, so this is going to be a field here. This is going to be 2 fields. This is going to be 2 fields. This will be 2 fields, and this will be 2 fields. So I think what I'll do first is I'll do the road around the outside of the entire farm, and then I'll come back and shape it up. Where's that dirt texture? There we go. Okay, so we're going to project this one across here. So we want to get this at 270 degrees. Now I'm going to cut into the field a little bit just because I don't want and need absolutely gigantic fields. So the whole purpose of this too is to reduce the field size quite a bit. Okay, good. There we go. So there's a field. Alright, let's go to the left now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for that corner down there. And we are just going to send it and see what happens. So basically everything to my right will get repainted. Okay, there we go. Nice. Alright, let's carve this one up a little bit. So we want 180 degrees exactly. There we go. Alright, let's do it. Okay, let's check my little map. Yep, so we might just retain, straighten this up, so I'm going to go directly over this way. Okay, I'm just going to make this one a little bit wider because I don't need this field to be this big. So 180 degrees exactly to get a nice straight line. Very difficult with the, there we go. So this road will be a little bit wider, but I'm not too concerned. Okay, cool. Now you can see this is not very straight at all, but what we'll do is we'll just line it up as best we can. There we go, perfect. So we're going to have a pretty sufficient turnaround space for the seeders and tractors, combines, all that stuff, so So we'll come back through and we'll fix all that up later. Alright, so from here, we might just... Yeah, we might retain that grass shoulder on the right, just straight ahead. And we'll just go straight out. Because this, that shoulder there doesn't get planted very much. So it just ends up being a bit of a turnaround area. Okay, let's go this way. So I'll just overlap it slightly. So we'll line it up for 270 degrees. And just smooth that out. So we're losing a little bit of field here, but I'm very, very happy with that. And then we'll just angle that back in. Okay, cool, there we go. So let's check the map. So we will... Alright, I'm going to try and split this field in two. So I'm going to need to probably drive. So I use the pickup as a bit of a marker. And then basically what I'm going to try and do is split. So I reckon, so if we've got basically in the middle of 38, okay, basically in the middle of 38, and if we go directly, so I'll go this way. I'm going to have to just sort of eyeball it from here. So we want directly 180 degrees. Straight across. Oh, you know what? I think I messed up here. Oh look, that's actually fine. I'm not too worried about that. So this field here will go left and right this way. Because I just want to make sure... Actually, no, well, let's just go straight up and down for all of them. Would it be easier if this one went... Because let's drive over there. So the plan is to have different crops in those areas. Okay, so if these, oh yeah, because we've got that huge hill there in the middle. Yeah, no, I think I will. I'll send them up and down. Alright, so let's go over to... Look, I could probably even split that field up one more time. Let's just see how it pans out. Now, if we get our map up, so if I go in between field 33 and 34, which is about here, that should be pretty even. So let's have a look. Okay, so we want 180 degrees exactly. Alright, so that's that one. Okay, let's carve up. So how are we going to do this one? So we should potentially go left and right. That one, I think we'll go lengthways on that one as well. So if we... Oh, look, we could almost... Let's just quickly drive the perimeter and just see how much room we've got for turning around. Because we're going to have the really big sprayers and the really big... Yeah, no, I'm thinking we need to... it could be okay. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. We've got plenty of room. Okay, let's just see how we're going to go if we're going to split this. Basically, we want to split it parallel. So I'm just using my little pointer arrow on my character. So I think if we go basically from here, 90 degrees, or whatever it is. Okay, so we want to go probably 180, I would say, if my math is correct. Yeah, so 90 and 90. Get exactly. There we go. So the whole idea too is to have basically fields of even size also, as best as possible. Yep, so that's that one. So we've got 2 fields there. Where's our car? Alright, let's drive over to... field 18 and 28. So I'll just double check how we're tracking with... Yeah, you can see the areas I need to sort of flatten out, so there's one right there. Whoa. Okay, hopefully we land on the wheels. Oh, come on. There we go. So actually, while I'm here, I'm just going to finish up. Okay, so we've basically got to... So we'll go from here, so directly down, and then we'll cut across at 90 degrees. So we are at the base of the mountain here, so I do probably want to bring in the field in a little bit. So we do have plenty of room to turn around, so yeah, I'm going to bring this in quite a bit. So let's just try and line it up. Just cut straight across. So the reason I'm doing it this way is just to give us plenty of room to turn around up here. Okay, let's line this up for 270 exactly. And look, even if I lose a little bit of field, I'm not too worried. Because I'd rather have clean vehicle machine movements rather than worrying about getting stuck on stuff all the time. So this is looking pretty good. Okay, let's turn this back to grass. Cool. So I want to get rid of all this field. I'm not too concerned if it looks a little bit, you know, not perfectly straight. Cool, there we go. Just put a bit of cloud state in here while I'm here. So I might just... Just going to take a bit more of this field off. Just because it is quite hilly. Yeah. Particularly this this edge up here. Okay, looking good. Alright, we'll leave it there for this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video where we'll finish off the farm road and keep on going with the build. Thanks for watching.